are the steps that you took to get to this point?
As far as education?
Yes.
Or, okay.
As far as pretty much education and athletic.
Okay. So I went from my undergrad directly into my master's degree, so I didn't take a break. But during that time, I was working the entire time. So during my master's degree, I worked clinically to try to gain as much experience as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked for a physical therapy clinic in town, and they contracted me to work camps, tournaments, lots of special events. So I got to do lots of different events every other weekend where I would change. Maybe I'm working soccer one weekend, football the next weekend. So I did that for 3 years full time while I was also going to school. And I was a graduate assistant, which is where I got the teaching aspect.
Okay.
And then as soon as I graduated from my master's, I started working at one of the high schools here in town. I did that full time for 6 years. And then during my last year there, I transitioned into this position. I applied for this position when they had an open lecturer position, because like I mentioned before, I was really interested into getting into teaching. So I think my graduate assistant position really helped prepare me for that and helped give me the experience to teach. But then I also had the clinical background, which in our profession is really important. In order to teach students how to utilize certain skills, it's really important that you've done those skills yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped me to kind of progress into the educational side.
Okay.
And then now I work as the clinical coordinator for the athletic training program. So I help to actually organize our program and to place our students in their clinical internships.
Okay. What keeps you driven every day?
So I truly love my job. I love working with students. I love teaching. I think I kind of have it easy because I really like what I do. So to be honest, my job is what drives me every day. Interacting with students, getting feedback from students that's positive, that helps me to realize that what I'm doing is effective and that it's making a difference in their lives and in their education. So it's kind of easy for me. I don't have to have too much of a motivation because I truly do love what I do. So that part just makes it enjoyable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like most about your career? Kind of tied into.
Okay. So when I worked at the high school, my clinical job, I loved being able to work with an athlete starting their freshman year and then being able to work with them for 4 years until they graduate. So I loved on the clinical side being able to see that growth and progression of that athlete, especially obviously if they went through injuries and I helped to rehabilitate them and return them to play. I really loved that, like being able to be a part of that process and to see those students. I have students now that come visit me that have graduated and have grown up, and so I love being able to see that whole growth. On the teaching side, it's kind of the same thing. So we have students that go through our program and it's 5 semesters. So when they come to us, it's their very first semester as an athletic training student. Most of them come with no experience and they come with just the general education as a kinesiology student. And so I get to see them grow from that level to becoming a certified athletic trainer. So I think that growth that the person has as they progress through their program it's amazing to be able to be a part of that and to actually see that. So I think that's probably my favorite part, is to watch them from when they start until they actually graduate.